genuine treat for the collector of pre-Confederation Canadian coins and commercial tokens was offered by Heritage Auctions in part 2 of the sale of the Doug Robbins collection. The Treaty of Paris was signed in 1763, effectively declaring Canada as a British possession. It would be another 100 years before Canadian Confederation would take place, and in the interim virtually no concerted effort was put forth to provide the territories with a suitable and sustainable coinage system. As a result, private industry often had to step in to fill the void, and local businesses were also eager to jump on the bandwagon, providing small copper coins and tokens, using them as advertisements for their businesses, allowing them to circulate in the local economy. One such firm was that of Thomas and William Molson, who would later go on to establish the Molson Banque, but at the time were local brewers and distillers who issued these tokens around 1837. Graded here by PCGS as MS62 Brown, this coin sold for $2,640. Another such example would be the New Brunswick copper token of F. McDermont, who proclaims himself to be, and I quote, an importer of English, French, and German fancy goods, residing in King Street in St. John's. This truly is more of a business card than a commercial token, but it did circulate nonetheless, believed to have been issued around 1845. With a grade of AU58 from NGC, this piece sold at auction for $2,400. Now, of all of the pre-Confederation coins and tokens, these Vexator halfpenny tokens are by far the most bizarre. The origin and indeed purpose is intentionally vague. Despite bearing the date of 1811, it is generally accepted that they were actually created in at least the 1830s or onwards, probably meant to be political satire, criticizing the governor as the tormentor of Canada. But the letters were carved in such a way and struck intentionally so poorly as to obfuscate the true intention, that it could easily be argued to be merely a token for Canadian trappers or the fur trade. In so doing, evading a charge of sedition were the creator ever caught, which to my knowledge they never actually were, only adding to the mystery of these pieces today. This NGC XF45 graded example sold for $2,160. Then, the so-called Mayflower pennies of 1856 are the first coins produced by the province of Nova Scotia to be officially sanctioned by the government back in England, after the laws regulating coin production were relaxed in around 1850. Though the thistle pennies were struck nearly 25 years earlier, they were never actually sanctioned, hence referring to them as tokens instead of coins. A beautiful specimen with still remaining original mint red luster in the protected areas, and this is also a very rare variety with the initials under Victoria's bust. NGC graded this coin as SP65 Brown, and it sold at auction for $5,520. Here we have a British colonial anchor money piece, a rather strange and short-lived issue by the British Colonial Authority for circulation initially in Mauritius and Barbados, and then later co-opted for use in the West Indies. Designed as a sort of derivative of the Spanish and American silver coins of that time. They were issued in denominations of a 16th, 8th, quarter, and half dollar, indicated by the corresponding Roman numerals of 16, 8, 4, and 2, besides the anchor. This beautiful overdate 1822/1 gem, graded by NGC as proof 65, sold at auction for $6,600. Sir Isaac Coffin was a British naval officer who reached the rank of admiral by serving in the American War of Independence and both the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars. As an American loyalist during the war, he was denied his intended patronage by the outcome of the war. As compensation, he was created the title of baronet and granted the Magdalen Islands as reward for his service. Then, in 1815, he created these copper tokens to serve as circulating currency. However, he did not seek permission first, and the crown was of the opinion that he had overstepped his office by creating the currency. He was resultingly stripped of his domain over the islands and ordered to destroy the coins. This example was graded as NGC MS63 Brown and sold at auction for $6,600. One of the myriad of problems that John Simcoe faced after being appointed as the first lieutenant governor of Upper Canada was a severe shortage of copper coin for everyday commerce. He approached Matthew Bolton of the Soho Mint to produce these half-penny tokens as a solution. Long story short, the Home Office denied his request to strike these for circulation and instead sent a shipment of worn-down Tower Mint copper coins from Ireland instead. This is one of the original proof coins struck as a pattern, graded by NGC as proof 64 Brown. It sold at auction on this occasion for $4,800. Then we have a single-year French 5-sol silver coin from the reign of Louis XIV, dated 1670. Although produced at the Paris Mint, this issue was intended exclusively for use in the French settlements of Arcadia, in what was then known as New France, encompassing portions of modern-day Northern America, including sections of eastern Quebec, Newfoundland, Prince Edward Islands, and various other maritime provinces. NGC graded this coin as XF45, and at auction it managed to attain a price of $8,400. Of the various Banque of Montreal tokens, the side view type is significantly more sought after, depicting the first Banque of Montreal building as it appeared at the time. What we have here is a penny token dated 1838, struck on brass. The reverse used a design variety where the beaver's tail points down towards the base of the M in Montreal, instead of up towards the top of the letter. Graded by NGC as MS62 Brown, the coin sold at auction for $10,200. And now we have an interesting example which pairs the Banque of Montreal side view tokens obverse with a People's Bank ribbon reverse. There are two main schools of thought as to why this coin exists. The first is that it was in fact an error, unintentionally created by a mismatched pair of dies, while others theorized that it was intentionally created as a promotional or sample piece by the engravers. Whichever the case, there are fewer than 10 examples for this particular penny token referenced, and NGC graded this one as AU Details grade. It sold at auction here for $13,200. R.W. Owen established and operated Owen's Ropery in Montreal around 1824, but the enterprise was soon bought out by the Canada Cordage Company. In its short existence, it managed to issue these particular copper tokens though. Today, it is estimated that fewer than 15 or so survive. NGC saw this piece as a AU Details grade, and it managed to sell at auction for $16,800. And then the final coin we'll look at today is a very rare Bouquet token from the City Bank of Montreal. And just to be clear, not to be confused with the modern-day Citibank. That's something completely different. In fact, Citibank merged with the Royal Canadian Bank in 1876 to form the Consolidated Bank of Canada, and then on its own turn collapsed in 1880. Not that anyone asked, but the more you know. It is unclear how many of these Montreal Citibank half-penny Bouquet tokens remain today, as Fred Bowman suggests that 5 to 6 coins may exist in his research, but tracing the provenances of those tokens have proven largely fruitless. Although another similar example piece is in the Bank of Canada collection. Graded by NGC as AU53 Brown, the coin was sold at auction for $19,000. $3,200. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see more videos on these kinds of early bank tokens, or even Civil War, Hard Times tokens, perhaps. And while you're doing that, subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon so you'll know when new videos are released. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, stay safe, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.